Well, hello the internet and welcome to another episode of Stitching Adventures, where today we are colouring in a dress that I drew a while ago. I didn't originally like the way the dress looked, which is why we didn't actually colour it in originally, but I needed a video, and I needed a video quickly, so here you go. I thought for a second that was a fly buzzing in my room. I don't know what that noise was. Could have been a car going past, who knows. Don't ask why I thought a buzzing noise was a car, but there's the weird electric cars that buzzy. They're weird. I don't like the sound of them. Anyways, going back to the dress, I had no actual intentions for how this was going to go. I was just colouring in, let's be honest, which was fun. It was really nice. However, having no plan means that I can't talk about what my thought process was. Admittedly, later on I'm going to decide this looks too plain. Let's throw paint splats at it with pre-made brushes that I have on Autodesk Sketchbook, which is the software I use. If you are familiar with these videos of me drawing and talking, the talking obviously being after the drawing, then here we are. I can't think. Oh dear. Words. What was I saying? If you're familiar with the drawing and talking videos, then you might know that's the software I use, Autodesk Sketchbook. I don't use anything fancy. It was free and we downloaded it on my laptop and it works nicely. I also use it for making all of the thumbnails for my videos, and if I need to edit pictures, typically of embroidery or aircraft. Sometimes pictures of planes get kind of just really bleached and I have to fix it. So I use this, and it's not heavy editing. It's literally just, let's stick an overlay on and use that to just bring the background to be a bit darker and a little less, obnoxious. Because sometimes it's really sunny days, which it's nice, the weather's nice. The planes get bleached out entirely. Also, blue planes against a blue sky, I guess is fitting with the fact it's a blue dress. Oh yeah, I'm now trying to make the dress look like it has shading, because I realised it looks really flat. So that's what we're doing here. Back to the topic of planes. Taking pictures of blue plane against a matching blue sky. I have no idea how the ones from this weekend have turned out. Good news, there is going to be a second episode of Ghost Goes Places sometime soon. I'm actually going to try and figure out when everything's going to be happening today. Because I'm recording this on Thursday. We're ahead of schedule for once. Wow, look at me go. Admittedly, it's the day before this is meant to go up. I generally don't record things several days in advance, because then I forget things that I want to talk about, because I generally have to come up with stuff to talk about as quickly as possible. Back to the topic of what's going on with the dress. I'm now adding colour and stuff, and then switched it through different layers to decide which one I wanted to use. So the dress has more dimension. This whole thing is give that skirt dimension, because it's puffy. Be a lot of layers, which is why I'd never make things like that. And then I decided, let's try and draw flowers, and I did them in a square and they looked really stupid, and I eventually got rid of them because I didn't like them, which is how the paint splats happened. But to put it simply, I only have a week left of exams, and then I have to make the entirety of my prom outfit in the space of just under a month. It's effectively 3 weeks. The corset's done, which took me effectively a week if you combine days where I would say do an hour and condense that into 1 day of full work, because towards the end of half term I kind of had to prioritise revision and stuff, because these exams are important. And I'd spent the majority of the rest of the week not really worrying too much about the revision. I was like, I gotta get this corset done. It needs to be done fast, because I need to break that in before I can actually do anything else, which means every day next week when I get home from an exam, I'm gonna have to break a corset in, because I have a week to do that before I actually have to take measurements for the rest of the outfit, because I then have to make the skirt and that has to fit with my waist, and we don't know what my waist measurement's going to be yet. I then have to cut out 4 meters of fabric. We've brought 4 meters of fabric. I'm cutting the pattern from that. Like, Jesus, 4 meters of heavy cotton fabric. I'm really hoping that as heavy as it feels right now, it's not going to be that heavy when it's on my body. And you might be thinking, why the hell are you wearing a heavy black skirt for a prom in the middle of summer? Because I can, and it will have a petticoat underneath, so that'll like help keep the heat off of me. In theory, I think scientifically that makes logical sense. That's how I'm justifying this. We then have to make a waistcoat. And we also have to make the crown, which I haven't talked about it much yet because it's still like in development stages, and I'm actually going to try and, I think next week's going to be finishing developing anything that needs to be like planned on the basis of everything. But I think I mentioned it in the last video of this, or one of the other Minecraft videos if you want to go watch. But the internet, that is it for the day. I hope you have a very nice day. Goodbye the internet. I'll see you again on Sunday.